Hi guys, so this is today's nail design. I guess I'll hold it like this. It's just like a little community of snowmen, and it's very juvenile, I guess, like a young kind of kid thing. As you can see, it's just fun, should I say. I got this idea from Instagram from a gal I follow, ASP2016, so just the letters ASP2016, and I guess she did a little like challenge or buddy challenge with a friend of hers on Instagram too, and they were just making little snowmen, and I thought it was so cute. So although obviously it's not unique to make snowmen, I like to share a little community of them, so that's what I did. So it's kind of fun. Do whatever you want. Obviously on some of the guys I put scarves, on some of them I put little top hats, just some little trees there. Some of the guys are wearing boots. Some of them are made of three towers or whatever you want to call them, or two, but whatever you like, however you want to do it. So I want to show you what I did. Slight variation. I don't know how she did hers, so I'm just making this up, but I used Julep Moni, which is the light blue, with a little bit of Aretha. It's a gorgeous color. I was looking for a dark blue. I wanted like dark blue background. That's what all that is in the background. Hopefully you can see that. But this worked out really well because it looks like snow, so that's really cute. So I like those paired together. And then tons of acrylic paint. So I have white acrylic paint, red, orange. These don't really matter where they're from. It's Bella from Home Depot. Okay, so whatever you have. Orange. I used yellow, black, green, and brown. So this is an Americana one, like the kind you would find like at Joann. And then a top coat, and this time I used Out the Door INM. Is that what it is? Northern Lights, just because it has a little bit of holographic glitter, but you can barely see that, so it's just something to do. You don't have to do that. And then just whatever tools you like to use. If you want to use toothpicks, bobby pin, a actual dotting tool. So I have a few dotting tools. You can use a little brush like this or a skinny little brush. Depending on how you like to do your detailing and stuff, go for it. This is a 0 liner, or 5-0 liner from like Michael's. And then I use different dotting tools that are very fine. So if you're interested in doing this fun, quick little family of snowmen, stay tuned and we'll get started. Okay girls, so to get started, I already have one thick coat, well, thickish coat of Moni, only because she's pretty opaque on her own. And then we're going to go and do so much over it, I don't need to have two coats. And I hate putting up a lot of polish because then it starts peeling easier. So the least coats the better. So I'm going to take Aretha, and I was going to just put it in the area where like the little sky would be, but so that's up to you. If you only want to put it back, if you're doing your nails this way or this way, however, this is going to be like the little sky part. So maybe I'll add it a little bit thicker in that area, because the bottom area where I have the snow is not going to be showing anyway, so we're going to cover that up pretty good. So let's put quite a bit wherever your little sky is going to be. Okay, I'm going to let that dry for a little bit and I'll be right back. Okay, so while that little background is drying, I'm going to take a little bit of the white acrylic paint. I put some on this surface here. I'm going to take a sponge, hopefully, and just dab where snow would be, like the base of the nail. So that way it kind of has a little bit of texture to it, a little variety as far as how opaque or not some areas are. Okay, so I'll do it to all the nails and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got that going and it's drying. I'm going to use some brown and some green and a little bit of the white to make some trees. Just wherever you want to put them. No rhyme or reason. I haven't planned anything out, so I'll just get started. So I'm going to use the brush here. And let's say I'm going to put a little tree just the middle down here, let's say. Oh, I need to wipe that off. And then I'm going to get some of the green and just form a little tree. You can color in like I'm doing. You can just make a point, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to put the brown stem in there, or trunk. Try to make it look like it has some little texture to that too. And I'm going to take the white and just kind of add it in like if it was snow on the trees here and there. You can wait till it dries too. So I'm just going to do that and let those kind of dry a little bit, depending on if I'm going to add a little snowman in that area or not. And just go and make some trees just randomly on the different nails. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to start my little community of snowmen. So whatever you like. You can use a dotting tool. I was going to try to use this brush, but I'm not sure if the brush is going to work out for me. So anyway, if you're using a dotting tool, you can come in and try to make, and you can make 2 or 3, you know, whatever, however you like to make your snowmen. So obviously a larger circle, and then one that's a little bit smaller, and then one that's a little bit smaller than that, or just 2 circles. You know, depends on how you like to make your snowman, I guess. Like maybe this one, I'll go ahead and put one larger one, a medium-sized one, and I'll make those a little better, and a little tiny one at the top. That guy's kind of tall. Okay, so however you like. If you want to use like a fuzzy brush like this one, you can just kind of come in and make little circles and see how that works pretty well. And it gives you some texture, but since I already started with the dotting tool, I'm going to continue with the dotting tool. But I do like the texture that the brush kind of gives. So that's an idea. I'll be right back once those are dry so we can add some detail to our little guys. So putting some finishing touches, I poured out the black, some red, I don't know why they wanted to get together there, orange, yellow, I still have the colors from before. So I'm just going to dip really lightly with like the smallest dotting tool. You can use whatever you like to try to put in these faces. Now it's going to be really tiny because I made these guys really small, but the smallest little dot, hopefully you can see what I'm doing here, I'm going to put in 2 little eyes, little coal buttons, if you want to do that, you don't have to, little tiny smile. Same dotting tool, I'm going to take and dip into some orange, try to put a little carrot nose on this guy, kind of dipping but pulling at the same time. Hopefully, these are really tiny guys. You can use your brush, you can use this to draw in the little arms, whatever it is that you want to do. So I'm just going to dip into the brown here and just draw some little branches coming out. And maybe a little twig, whatever. They're like little arms. If you want to decorate them some more, you can give them a little top hat or whatever it is that you want to do to make your little guy look cool. So I'm just going to put a little line there and draw in a little hat. You can wear a little black hat. Maybe one will be wearing a scarf. Maybe you want to put some other decorations on there. But I'm going to leave this guy just the way he is. And I'm going to do a variation of that same thing on all of the guys. So go over to this little dude right here and put in that tiny little face. I might have to make him a little bit bigger. That's a really small face. So like this guy with the 3 arms. Maybe he's going to be wearing a belt. Maybe he has a little yellow belt. I don't know, why not. And little tiny buttons, and maybe he's going to be wearing a hat with a yellow sash too or something. It doesn't matter. Whatever it is that you want to draw, maybe some boots on him, whatever. So I'm going to continue doing that with all these little dudes, just kind of draw in little tiny detail. And go from there. I'll be right back once I'm done with all the guys. Okay guys, I'm all done having a little fun here, and see some wearing boots, some have hats, some just have the little arms. Scarf. I think I might add a scarf over here somewhere. We'll see if I can get that in there. Maybe not. But I'm going to take a little bit of the white and just kind of define the snow from the background a little bit. You can mix a little white and black to make a little gray if you want to do that, just to give it a little more dimension. But basically I'm just coming in and kind of adding a little just more so that you can kind of see that better, okay? So it ends around the little tree and stuff like that. So I'll just go around and do that, just a little more detail. Maybe at the tip of the nail, just to make sure that's nice and colored in. You can draw in little snowflakes, but that's kind of why I put the glitter, so I don't need to do that. But I am going to go around the nails and just do that finishing touch, and I'll be right back so we can top coat. Okay guys, so I'm all done. I added some little red dots on the trees, only because I felt like they needed some color, but you don't have to do that. I think it actually may have been over the top. So anyway, so there's that. I'm going to be using Northern Lights Out the Door today with the little silver shards in there, only because it's not like it's overpowering or anything like that. But I'm just going to take that, and of course you always just want to float it over your design. It adds a little more something, a little sparkle there, and that always makes that acrylic pop. So I'm going to top coat all the nails. I'll have some pictures for you guys. Definitely check out the different Instagrams I was telling you guys about, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye now.